Hello, it is Kitty Blue. It is January the 9th, and I'm going to do a SD doll comparison video today. These are 6 different companies that I have, and I'll let you know which companies they are, and we're just going to go over the different aspects of the bodies to show you the differences in different companies. So first off, we have, in the gray resin, is an Iplehouse. She is the EID body. She is about 63 centimeters tall. Next we have an angelsdoll head on a Luts Senior Delph body, type 2. We have a Resinsoul head on an Angel of Dream body. She is about, the Luts doll is about almost 60 centimeters, probably about like 59 centimeters. The Angels of Dream doll, our body is on is about 57 centimeters. The Bobobie body is about the same, 57. And then we have a Resinsoul, same size. And lastly, in the green resin, we have a Gem of Doll. Now, as far as like heights, as you see, the last 4 ones look about the same height. But you can tell like at the shoulders that the shoulders might be a little bit different heights. And that's usually due to like the leg height or how tall the torso is. And also the height can depend on the neck lengths and also the head sizes. So you can see the head on the Gem of Doll is a little bit smaller than the other dolls. If you notice the arms, the left arms on each doll is in a position. This is to indicate how much posability can be in those arm joints. So the Iplehouse doll does have a double joint type system. It is actually, I'm going to move this in, and I'm going to move it this way. So this joint is not quite like a peanut like you see in a lot of joints. This is a hidden joint. This piece right here actually goes into the upper part of the body. So you have to pull this out of the upper arm and to get it into that position. Next we have the Luts doll. Her arm is not quite touching her face. She might be able to like do it if her arm is underneath of her chin or something like that. But that's about as far as it goes. And she does have a peanut joint in her arm, in her elbow. However, let me get her straightened out here. However, there is only a slit on one side. So if there was a slit on both sides, it might be a little bit posable, more posable. But because of that, it's only allowing the elastic to go in this side. And this one's just pretty much almost acting like a single joint. The Angel of Dream has a peanut joint. It has the two slits, but is really, really small, like kind of joint. So let me see if I can do this and show you. So like for instance, if I'm trying to bend her arm in half, she's really strung really tight, so I can't really do this. But this peanut joint is kind of stuck in there and not coming out, so it could be because she's strung a little bit too tight. So that is that problem. All right, the Bobobie doll unfortunately has just a round ball joint. Excuse the dirtiness. She's hot glue suede and she's been in the same clothes forever. But okay, so if I bend the arm like this, you can tell that this ball joint is doing nothing because there is too much space here for this arm to even stay in this position. So this would have to be a larger peanut for it to be truly double jointed. All right, next we have the Resinsoul. She is only single jointed. So this all is one piece. She does not have any type of peanut in between. This is connected to her lower arm. So she's going to have minimal posability in her arms. And the Gem of Doll has the peanut. So like when you raise that up, the peanut is the length of from here to here with it being bent, so that's why you can get this nice bent position of the arm. And if you look on the inside, it's got the 2 slits on the peanut part. Okay, next you can notice that some of the dolls have 2-part torso and 3-part torso. So the Iplehouse, the Luts, and the Gem of Doll have a 2-part torso, but it varies in companies. Like the Iplehouse and the Luts, the bust, the 2-part torso is right underneath the bust, and the Gem of the Doll, it's actually slightly below the bust. The Resinsoul, Bobobie, and Angel of Dream all have 3-part torsos. I do not believe that those make for better posability, in my opinion. Some dolls that have 3-part torsos, it might help, but if those parts aren't able to be moved in different positions, forward, back, circling around, then they're not really necessary to be 3-part. But you'll notice the difference, though, that the Angel of Dream, it's lower on the body, as well as the Bobobie. The Resinsoul has it up at the bust and then lower down at the hip. And next we're going to take a look at the knees and the joints in the legs. So all of them, you'll notice that there are slits that are in the upper ball type point of the doll leg. That is for to allow the elastic to come through here so that they can lift their leg into a sitting position. The only one you'll notice a difference is the Luts doll. She has a different system. Move her arm. So in the Luts doll, there is actually a peg that is on the inside that the elastic on the leg is hooked over. So basically what this does is it allows the leg here to swivel around the post. So that's really nice. So you've got this nice clean line that you can't see any like openings in the resin. So it's a really nice look, and yet the way it's designed with that post, it allows it to move freely. I do want you to, okay, so, the other thing is mobility joints. So there is a break here on the doll on the Iplehouse. The Resinsoul has one, and the Gem of Doll actually has one. The Bobobie doesn't technically have a mobility joint, but this is a ball joint. So it's a huge ball. It's got 2 slits on either end. I'm not exactly sure why there's 2 slits on either end. It doesn't affect posability of the leg. The biggest issue I find with this being like that is that if you don't have hot glue sueding in here, even if you do, this ball might spin over to this way, so the slits are over here. And when you have clothes on it, it's going to be very hard to try and get to move that ball into a position where it's straight with the elastic, and for the elastic to like catch in that slit so that you can actually bend the legs of the doll. The mobility joint is nice on most dolls. I have found a few company dolls that the mobility joint is kind of pointless because it's at a weird angle, or it just swivels around too much, and it needs maybe some hot glue sueding or something to keep it from spinning around. All right, we're going to go with the knee joints. So on the knee joint position, the Iplehouse and the Luts actually have a single joint system. So you're only going to get the knee to bend into a sit position, 90-degree angle like this. Whoops. You're only going to be able to get it to do that. You're not going to be able to bend it like this. And that would affect it getting it into like a kneel type position. The Angel of Dream does have a peanut joint, but again, it has only a slit at the top. It's got a slit at the bottom, but it's all the way down to the leg, so it's almost impossible to even try and move that, so you're still going to only get this almost right angle position. So the peanut joint and the knees and the elbows don't necessarily make it more posable. It just depends on how the peanut is shaped and whether or not that leg is going to bend correctly. So this one does have a true like peanut joint, which is odd. You've got a round joint in the elbow, you get a round joint here in the hip, and then you've got a peanut joint in the leg. So this is actually going to, and this is what I mean, is that this is actually going to get you into the leg in this position. And that's going to be like the way the front of it looks. So that is a true double joint there. The Resinsoul hoofed body does not have a double joint. It is a single joint. The normal resin, there are several Resinsoul bodies. There is one that has a peanut joint in the legs, but still has single jointed arms. And there's bodies that have double joints as well. So it just depends on what body you choose. This particular one, because of the fawn legs, the hoof legs, it has a single joint. Next, we're going to go to the Gem of Doll. And she has the peanut joint. So she's going to be able to do the same position and be able to put her leg like that into that position. And that is the front. The only thing with these is because this is like such a wide or long joint, depending on what kind of clothes you're wearing, if you're wearing like a jean type fabric or pants, you might not be able to get the doll completely into the position because of the fabric doesn't have a lot of stretch to it. But this by far, I really like the Gem of Doll body. The only drawback for me on the Gem of Doll is that this, I think, is a little excessive as far as the ball part kind of sticking out. When she has tight clothing on, you can really see this rounded part, and it's not too pretty. And her bust is a little bit kind of squished together like she has a push-up bra. So that is that. You're also going to notice difference as far as the hands. Some of the hands are going to be better sculpted and nicely opened and have openings. Resinsoul hands are very thin and kind of small compared to other hands. The Angel of Dream hand here actually has a ball here on the inside, but that doesn't really make posability any different. Bobobie body doesn't have her normal hands on. This particular default hands of the Luts are all connected together. They're not, the fingers aren't separated. They're all sliding around, and then you've got the Iplehouse, which has these nicely shaped hands. So you're going to notice all those differences in the different companies. So that is it for this comparison video. Hope it might help somebody that might be looking into one of these dolls or a body from one of these companies. So I'm going to try and do one with my Dolphies and my Smart Dolls, which are not in this video, and my Hooved. And I might do a body comparison with my boy dolls, but I don't have that many SD boys, so that will probably only entail like 3 or 4 dolls. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.